Okay, so if you haven't done a HIIT class before, then obviously take this at your own pace. I will give different options on some of the exercises depending on whether you want to ramp it up or calm it down. And obviously the speed at which we do the exercises can be altered. So if you need to slow it down, slow it down. And if you feel like you're not getting enough from the exercise, then speed it up. But we try to do everything with mindful movement so that we're keeping our joints safe. Obviously I can't see you all, so if you need to rest, rest, and just take it gently. If something doesn't feel good in your body, then don't do it. We're going to start with a warm-up just to make sure that we've got everything moving before we start jumping around, and then we'll get into the session. So we're going to start off on our mats and just starting with fascia circles. So starting with the left leg, we're going to circle through every major joint in the body. So starting with the ankle, really circling into the ankle, making the movement as big as possible. Then take that the other way. Excellent. Then take that movement into the knee. If you need to hold on to a side or a chair for support, then feel free to do so. And then take that the other way. Excellent. And then we're going to move that into the hip. Hips can be quite clunky first thing in the morning as well, so just go easy on yourself. Excellent. And then take that the other way. Hands can be on your hips or out to the sides if you feel like that gives you a bit more stability, or at heart center, wherever you feel most comfortable. Excellent. I'm going to move over to the other leg. So really ground down through the left foot and start circling through the right ankle. Good. And then take that movement the other way. And then into the knee. And take it the other way. And then into the hip. And then take that the other way. Excellent. Then bring both feet to the floor, take them wider than hip width, and start circling through the hips. This is a really good way just to get everything lubricated and get everything moving after being in bed. Excellent. And then take those circles in the other direction. And then bring in the hips to stillness. We're going to keep the hips still and circle through the ribs, which sometimes takes a little bit of thinking about. Maybe a face of concentration. Good. And then take those circles in the other direction. Brilliant. Then we're going to move into the wrists, really making those movements nice and big. And then taking it in the other direction. and then into the elbows. And again, in the other direction. And then moving into the shoulders. So really doing nice big circles with the arms. If you're tight in the shoulders this morning, then feel free to do backstroke. And then take those circles in the other direction. And again, if that feels really tight for you and that's too much, then do front crawl. Excellent. Bringing that hand back down to the sides. Then just circle through the shoulders, really squeezing them up to the ears and back down again. And then taking them the other way. So squeezing the shoulder blades behind you and then bringing them forwards. Good. And then bringing the shoulders to stillness. Take the left ear to the left shoulder. Roll the head all the way around the front, nice and slowly, until you get your right ear towards your right shoulder. Come up to center, and then reverse the movement. So right ear to right shoulder, roll it all the way around the front, and come up. Left ear to left shoulder, roll that head around nice and slowly, get a nice stretch down the back of the neck. And come up, reverse the direction. Let's do one more in each direction of that one. Beautiful. Then keeping the chin parallel, we're just going to twist the head around towards the left, trying to reach the chin past the collarbone. Inhaling back to center, then twisting to the right. Inhale back to center, exhale, twist to the left. Inhale through center, exhale, twist to the right. Excellent. Coming back and just having any last wiggles that you feel you need to do, and then we're going to come down onto all fours, so into tabletop position. Just a little bit of warming up through the spine before we get into the first HIIT session. So taking a nice big inhale, let the belly come down, sit bones go up towards the ceiling, and then look up. As you exhale, really tuck the tailbone under, let the head drop, pull the belly in. Inhale as we come down, and then exhale as we go up. Inhaling as we come down, and exhaling as we go up. Then bringing the spine back to a neutral position, making sure our knees are underneath our hips and our wrists are underneath our shoulders. Although if you do have tight wrists, you can take the hands a little bit further forwards and just circle through the spine, so through the mid-body, really trying to get some movement in between all the different vertebrae. And then take that movement in the other direction. And then bringing the spine to stillness, take some movement into the wrists. So doing small circles around the wrists. And then gradually make those circles bigger and bigger and bigger until the weight's coming really forward of the wrists and then going all the way back towards your heels. We'll be doing a little bit on our wrists, so it's important for them to be warmed up. And then coming back to center, we're going to do that in the other direction, starting small. And then gradually getting larger and larger and larger. Excellent. And coming back to center, we're going to tuck the toes under and take our hips up into our first down dog. And just have a bit of movement here. Maybe pad through the feet. Maybe you feel like you need to stretch through the shoulders, taking the chest towards the thighs. Or maybe you feel like you need to do a bit of sideways stretching, taking maybe one hand to the opposite ankle. Wherever you feel like you need to move this morning, move in that direction. Then floating the left leg up behind you, bring it forwards to the outside of the hands. So taking a nice bend in that front knee, keep the right hand down on the floor, lift up through the left into a gentle twist. If you need to, you can bring the back knee down to the mat or keep it raised. Bringing the top hand back down to the mat, step that foot back, really stretch out in your downward facing dog again, then float the right leg up this time. Really have a nice stretch, then bring that right leg forwards, ground it down and lift up through the right arm. So you come into a twist on the other side. Again, you can drop the back knee if you need to, or keep it raised. The head can either be looking at the mat with a long neck, or you can look up towards your thumb to increase the twist of the spine. Beautiful. Bringing that hand back down to the mat, step that front leg back towards downward facing dog. Looking forwards, either step, jump, walk, or wiggle your way to the top of the mat. Inhale into a halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way to the top. Exhale, hands back to heart center. Going to do a quick couple of sun salutations, just a basic flow through, just to make sure we're really warmed up, and then we'll get into our first exercises. So inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold forwards. Inhale, halfway lift. Moving quite quickly through this. Hands down to the floor. Step or jump back to plank. Either bring knees, chest, chin to the floor, or take the weight forward, come down through chaturanga, and then into cobra or up dog. Take the hips up into downward facing. Roll over the toes. Stretch the chest towards the thighs. Look forward, step or jump forwards. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way to the top. Exhale, hands back to heart center. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold forwards. Bend the knees if you need. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Step or jump back to plank. Either bring the knees, the chest and the chin to the floor, or come down through chaturanga, elbows in. Inhale into cobra or up dog. Exhale, take the hips up towards the ceiling, coming over into downward dog. Face really stretching the chest towards the thighs. Looking forwards, bend the knees, jump or hop forwards. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, all the way to the top. Exhale, hands to heart center. Excellent. Okay, our first exercise today is going to be inchworm. So we start at the back of our mats. There's different levels that you can do of this exercise. So the entry level is inhale, arms up. Exhale, bend towards the mat. And you want your hips to go back. So we don't want to be in a situation where we're putting stress on the knees. So hips back and you're on your feet. We're then going to walk our hands forward into a plank. Really squeeze everything in the plank. Then walk our feet to the fronts of the mat. Bending the knees a lot. Inhale up. Exhale, hands to heart center. We then go up, down, walk the feet back into plank, and then walk the hands back towards your feet. So we're inching forwards and inching back. If you want to take things a little bit deeper, we take the feet as wide as the yoga mat, toes pointing out. Instead of going into a forward fold as we come into the position, we go into Malasana. So you inhale the arms up, come down into Malasana. Then you walk forwards in the plank, and instead of then walking your feet forward, you jump forwards into Malasana. Then we come up, down, jump back, walk the feet back into Malasana, and we walk the hands back, and then come up. So those are your two options, either coming down into a forward fold and walking forwards, or doing the Malasana jumps. Or you can do a mix of the two. So with the HIIT exercises, we do 8 rounds, 20 seconds on, 10 seconds rest. I've got a little timer that will beep us our way through it, and I'll talk you through it as we go as well. So starting at the back of your mats, let's get ready for the first one. Let's go down. So either squat or Malasana, coming forwards, then either walk your feet forwards or jump forwards into Malasana. Inhale up, exhale down. Hands down, either jump or walk back to plank. And that's our first 20 seconds done already. So rest. So now we've got an idea for the movement, a little bit faster this time. Down we go, walking forwards. Forwards we come, up we go. Exhale down, step or jump back. Walk the hands back, inhale up. Exhale down, walking forwards, step or jump forwards, and rest. Good, that's 2 down. Thought I'd have a different version than burpees this morning. Okay, get ready, let's go. Down we go, walking forwards. Jump or step, inhale up, exhale down. Walk or jump back, hands back, inhale up, exhale down. Keep it moving, keep going. And rest. Good. Oh. Next round. Get ready. Inhale up, exhale down. I started at the front, so I'm jumping back. Excellent, and rest. In the rest, you can do whatever you want to do. Okay, next round, let's go. So whichever version we're doing, moving from the back of your mat to the front of your mat. And rest. Whew. Well done, guys. 3 rounds left to go. Let's go. Keep breathing. Always remember the breath when the exercise starts to feel hard. And rest. Well done. We've got 2 rounds left to go. Let's go. Walking those hands backwards and forwards. Excellent, well done, rest. Last 20 seconds. You've totally got this. Let's go. well done. Have a little drink of water. Get your breath back. Well done. Okay, so the next exercise is based on goddess pose, or some of you might know it as temple. So the main core position is goddess. We're going to do some variations. So the first 2 rounds are all going to be based on dips. So you can either do dips with both feet on the floor, you can have your hands in cactus or on your hips or at heart center, whichever feels most comfortable. If you want to up it, you can always throw some hand claps in. But we're going to do 2 rounds of dips. If you've been coming for a while and you want to do some heel lifts with those dips, then feel free to do so. So 2 rounds of dips. Then we're going to do 2 rounds of side kicks. So you come into goddess, you kick to the side. You come into goddess, you kick to the other side. So 2 rounds of side kicks. Then we're going to do 2 rounds of elbows to knees. So you come into goddess, elbow to knee, into goddess, elbow to knee. And then the last 2 rounds, we either go goddess, bring the hips to our fists and come into a really strong power pose, or we go goddess, jump, goddess, jump. So we'll talk you through it as we go through. So we're starting with our dips, and if you want to do hand claps too, then do hand claps too. Okay, let's go. So into your dips. If you want to do hand claps, do hand claps. We've only got 2 rounds of these, so it's only 40 seconds in total, and you're already halfway, more than halfway through the first round. Keep the bum nice and low, keep the knees open. Good, and rest. When we mix it up, it goes a lot quicker because there's only 2 rounds of each. So get ready for round 2, let's go. Get those dips going on. If you want to do the hand claps, do the hand claps. Keeping the knees nice and wide. Keep breathing. Good. Excellent. And rest. So the next one, we're doing goddess, side kicks. We're going to move from one leg to the other leg. Okay, get ready. Goddess, side kick. Goddess, side kick. Make sure you're doing it with control so that you're not falling all over the place. So if that means you go slower, go slower. Remember to breathe. Exhaling on the kick. Good, rest. We've got 1 more of those. Let's go. Good stuff, guys. Some good kicks going on there. And rest. Excellent. So that was 2 of those. So the next one is elbow to knee. So we're doing goddess, elbow to knee. And then on the other side. Let's go. Really getting a whole body workout in these exercises. Good stuff. Really getting that bum down nice and low in the middle. Keep breathing and rest. 1 more of those. Get ready. Down we go. Excellent. Right, so the last 2 rounds. So these are the challenge rounds. So if you can, we're going to do a squat and then a little jump with the fist coming to your hips. Squat. So, goddess, good work. If the jump is too much, just come up onto your tiptoes. Excellent, keep going. Good, and rest. Oh, last 20 seconds. Get ready. Let's go. It's only temporary. Excellent. Some really good jumping going on there. Oh, and relax, well done. Get some water. Okay, so the next exercise focuses more on the shoulders. So you're going to have options. This particular exercise, we've got a level 1, a level 2, and a level 3. So level 1 is going from dolphin to forearm plank. So in that situation, you measure the distance between your elbows by holding your triceps and then bringing your hands out in front of you. So I measure my hands and then tuck my toes, take my hips up into dolphin. So this exercise is just coming from dolphin to forearm plank, to dolphin, to forearm plank. So that's level 1. Level 2 is down dog to plank. So we're just taking that exercise up a little bit further. Down dog, really stretching the chest towards the thighs. Come forwards into plank. Going back up to down dog, forwards into plank. So that's level 2. You can bring your knees down to the floor if you need to. Level 3 is 3-legged dog to 3-legged plank. So we take a leg up in the air, we come forward into a 3-legged plank, we go back up into a 3-legged dog. If we're doing the 3-legged dog, 3-legged plank, you do one on the left leg, one on the right leg. If you want to mix it up, you can mix it up. I'm going to mix it up just to make sure I can give you all the cues depending on which exercise you're doing. So let's begin with our first round. So I'm going to start with level 1, dolphin to forearm plank. Let's go. So taking the hips up and then bringing the hips down nice and low. Taking the hips up, exhale as you come down. Inhale up, exhale down. Really squeeze the shoulder blades and really pull all of the core muscles in and rest. Good. 1 down, 7 to go. Let's get ready for round 2. And let's go. Hips up, hips forward. Inhale up, exhale down. Inhale up, exhale down. Really putting all those core muscles in. Around the front, the back, the side body, the waist. Put it all in and rest. Well done. Okay, I'm going to go up to level 2 this time. So, let's go. Level 2 is down dog, coming forward to plank. Really keeping those hips nice and low. Inhaling up, exhaling down. Make that exhale a loud exhale. Using the breath will help you get through the exercise and rest. Okay, get ready for round 4. Still doing down dog to plank. Really get those hips nice and high on the down dog, nice and low on the plank, stretching the chest forwards. Inhaling up, exhaling down. Keep that movement going, you're doing really well. Excellent. Oh, that's halfway. 4 more to go. So if you're doing 3-legged, really stretch those toes up behind you and then engage the legs as you come forward into plank. Stretch the toes up behind you, really engage the legs. The more engaged the muscles, the lighter the body is to move. Excellent, and rest. So if you're doing 3-legged, you switch the legs every time we have a round. Let's go. Excellent. We've got 2 rounds left to go. Just 20 seconds each. Getting ready. Let's go. Excellent. Last round, last 20 seconds. Keep the breath moving. Keep those muscles nice and engaged as you're moving through the exercise. Let's go. Last 20 seconds. Inhaling up, exhaling down. Really pulling that core in. Making sure the legs are nice and strong. Pressing through the fingertips. And you're done. Excellent. Rest. Maybe have a bit of a circle through the wrists after that one. Maybe give the wrists, the hands a bit of a shake. Or chop some onions. Or change some light bulbs. Or give them a squeeze. Yeah, good light bulb changing. Excellent, well done. Okay, the last exercise. We're going to mix this up a little bit. We're going to do 4 based on boat and 4 rounds based on locust. So the 4 rounds based on locust are swimming, for those of you that come to class regularly. You know all about this one. So swimming, we're on our fronts, arms out in front of us, legs out behind us. We lift all 4 limbs and we swim as fast as we can for 20 seconds. So we're going to do 4 of those, and then we're going to spin around into boat, and depending on how deep you want to go, we really want to make sure we're keeping our lower back safe. So if you feel like you're straining your lower back, you keep your hands on the floor. But we come up into boat, we do a little squeeze and we release. We do a little squeeze and we release. If you can do that with your hands here and feel like this is strong and your lower back is strong, that's fine. Otherwise, you bring your hands to the floor. You can also do it with your toes on the floor, just doing a little squeeze, then toes back to the floor. So do what suits your body this morning. So 4 rounds of swimming, 4 rounds of boat, and then we can lay on the floor in a very relaxed manner for the rest of class. Okay, let's get ready. And go. So arms out, legs out, up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. On this one, it's really, really important to keep breathing. Keep breathing, keep moving. Keep the neck nice and long. Keep the belly pulled in. Keep the core muscles really, really engaged. We're nearly there for this first round. Keep going, keep kicking, and rest. Well done. I know how much you love this one. You will have missed it. Ready for round 2? Let's go. Get those legs moving up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. You have to keep moving. You have to keep going. Keep the legs engaged. Keep the arms engaged. Stretch out through the fingers. Stretch out through the toes. Keep it moving. Keep it kicking. You're almost there. Just a few more seconds. Pull the belly in. Maybe take another breath. And rest. Well done. 2 down, 2 to go. Let's go. Get those arms going up and down. Get those legs going up and down. Really think about pulling those core muscles in. Think about keeping the breath moving through the body. Keep the neck nice and long. See if you can kick up a little bit higher, maybe kicking a little bit faster. You're nearly there, and rest. Okay, last round of swimming. Take a nice big breath to prepare. And then let's go. Kick, 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 kick. Keep those arms moving up and down. Keep those legs nice and engaged. Tight body is a light body. Keep moving, keep kicking, keep breathing. Keep everything pulled in. Keep those muscles engaged. Keep going, you're nearly there. And rest. Okay, so the last 4 rounds are the boat rounds. So roll over onto your back. Starting with the hands on the floor, squeeze it in. Squeeze it in. Exhaling on the squeeze. Make sure the lower back is comfortable. If you need to touch the toes down, touch the toes down. It's a tiny movement, really squeezing those tummy muscles, and rest. 3 more rounds to go, and then your hip exercises are done. Okay, get ready. Let's really squeeze those knees in, squeeze the belly in. Keep breathing, keep that lower back relaxed. If this is too much, you can come down your elbows. So whatever feels best for your back. And relax. Last 2 rounds. If you are doing full boat with your arms off the floor, really keep that lower back nice and strong. Movements even tinier. Just squeezing those knees in, squeezing the belly in, keeping breathing. And rest. Last 20 seconds. You can totally do this. Well done, guys. Get ready. Let's do it. Last 20. Really pulling that belly in, making sure the lower back's safe. Squeezing those knees in. 5 seconds. Keep breathing. And relax. Well done. Have a little drink of water if you need a drink of water. Then we're going to lay down onto our backs on the mat. We're going to have our feet as wide as our yoga mat. And we're going to windscreen wiper the knees into the centre of the mat. First one, then the other. Really enjoying the stretch down the side body as the knee comes down to the mat. Maybe stretching the knee towards the feet so that you really get that stretch through the outside hip. Excellent. Moving those windscreen wipers as fast or as slow as you want to go. And then coming back to centre, making sure your back's nice and comfortable on the mat. Hug the knees in. Put the right hand on the right knee, the left hand on the left knee, and just circle through those hips, giving your hips and your lower back a little bit of a massage on the ground. And then take those circles in the other direction. Excellent. And then bring those feet down to the floor. We're just going to stretch the back out by coming into bridge. And as we come into bridge, we're going to inhale our arms up above our heads. So inhale, peel the spine off the floor, bone by bone. And as you inhale, bring those arms above your head. Really squeezing the bum together at the top to get a maximum back bend. Then exhale as you slowly bring the arms back down and gently curl the spine back down into the mat. Inhale as we go up. Really stretching at the end of the movement. Then exhaling, coming back down, rolling that spine gently down onto the floor with the tailbone coming down last. Inhale as you curl it up. Really squeezing at the end of the movement. Then exhale, curl it back down again. One more. Inhale it up. Really squeeze at the end of the movement. Get that back nice and high as you can. And then exhale back down. Excellent. Then take that arm straight out from the shoulders. Hug the knees into the chest. And then roll them over to the left. And then you look out over your right shoulder. And completely relax in this twist. Inhale into any tight spots that you feel. And then exhale, completely relax and melt your body into the mat. Inhale into any tight spots. And then exhale, completely relax and release. On your next big inhale, bring your head back to center. On the exhale, pull the core in and roll your hips back onto the mat. Take a nice big inhale at center and then exhale, roll the legs over to the other side. And then completely relax everything down onto the mat, looking out over your left shoulder. Take a nice big inhale into any tight spots on this side. And then exhale, completely relax. Notice how the body might feel different on this side than the other side. Inhale again into any last tight spots. And exhale, completely relax and release your body into the mat. Inhale the head back to center. As you exhale, pull all the core muscles in and roll the hips back down onto the mat. Make whatever last movement you want to make. And then we're going to come into final Savasana. So make sure you're completely comfortable on your mat. Shoulders tucked in underneath the back. Arms out to the sides with the palms facing up. Let the feet fall open and the legs be completely relaxed. Any pain in the lower back at all, bring the feet to the floor and let the knees fall in into constructive rest so the lower back is supported. If you have any problems with your hips and you feel you need to stretch those out, then bring the soles of the feet together and let the knees come out wide into butterfly legs. Whichever option you choose, you want to be completely relaxed on your mat. Feel the weight of the body completely supported by your mat as gravity presses you into the earth. Notice the quality of the breath, not trying to change it in any way. Just noticing it's come back to its natural rhythm. Now your heart rate has reduced again. Ebbing and flowing in and out of the body. Notice the depth of the breath, the smoothness of the breath, where the breath moves your body. Notice if you're breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth. Or maybe the reverse. Notice how your body feels now you're calm and relaxed, laying on your yoga mat. Notice the parts of your body that touch the mat and the parts of the body where there is space around you for light and air. Notice the temperature of where your body touches the ground. Maybe some places are warmer than others. Just feel your body completely relaxed, enjoying the support of the ground as you lay on your mat. Gently bring your awareness back to the body. Maybe just starting by listening to any sounds that you can hear. Sounds in the distance. Sounds closer to you. Maybe even sounds within your own body. Then gently start to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Maybe rolling the head from side to side. Maybe circling the wrists and the ankles. And then move your body in whatever way it wants to go, whether it wants to stretch or whether you want to hug your knees into your chest or just have a wiggle. And then when you're ready, we're going to roll over onto our sides and come up to seated. And we'll just finish with 3 big breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. If you want to do lion's breath, then do lion's breath, where you really stretch the chest forward and stick the tongue out as far as it will go. Otherwise, just in through the nose, out through the mouth. So 3 breaths. Nice big inhale. Excellent. Thank you for coming to play with me this morning. I hope you enjoyed it.